Good afternoon and welcome this New Year's Day to a special edition of Newsroom South East. Well, more than 2 million people jammed along London's streets and bridges did manage to see in the year 2000 with just 2 serious incidents. One man died from a heart attack, another fell in the river while climbing under Blackfriars Bridge and died in hospital in the early hours. There were 100 arrests, but overall police say the vast crowds behaved excellently and that outside London the mood was quieter than a regular New Year's Eve. Tom Simons reports.
Never has the Thames been such a centre of attention. They poured into London, taking every possible vantage point. Live music and mud helped fill the time before the evening's main event. Most couldn't hear Big Ben chime, but they knew when midnight came. This was the much heralded River of Fire. Many blinked and missed it, but the fireworks that followed were unfailingly spectacular.
It's a dream come true.
Some couldn't have been closer to the action. Boat owners like Dick Howson had to apply weeks in advance for the right to moor on the river. Others couldn't get any closer than Trafalgar Square, always the traditional venue for New Year's Eve. Luckily, there was a view of the fireworks over the rooftops. In Canterbury, one of the focal points of the celebrations in Kent, the streets were full. But like Oxford, police were reporting no more injuries or arrests than a busy Saturday night.
No further persons coming onto the bridge this evening. Thank you. Please move away.
There were more than 2 million people in central London at the upper end of police forecasts. 2 bridges had to be closed because of overcrowding. The crush was uncomfortable in many places and potentially dangerous in some. As the crowds tried to head home, closed tube stations added to the frustration.
When you're dealing with a quarter of the capital's population in the centre and trying to get home, it is going to be a slow process, but people have been tremendously good-humoured about it, as they have been throughout the day. It's been a wonderful, warm-hearted, really jolly day for everybody, and I think it's a day that everybody will always remember.
No bugs, bombs or major accidents. This huge event will be considered a resounding success.
Tonight has been extraordinary because London, a city of many parts, has come together for the first time in recent history to celebrate as a whole. There's been a lot of scepticism about the millennium, but in the end they turned up in their millions and they'll take away a memory of a lifetime. Tom Simons, Newsroom South East, in turn of the century London.
From the banks and bridges of the Thames, the firework display triggered by the chimes of Big Ben was one of the most spectacular ever seen. Our reporter Amanda Harper had one of the best views around from a Port of London Authority launch.
The River Thames joined the global party last night for a 1 in a 1,000 New Year. As millions gathered along the banks, the carefully planned programme swung into action, with the Queen lighting the Millennium Beacon by laser from a boat.
We're now escorting the Queen, who's on board the Millennium of Peace, on her way down to Greenwich. But before she reaches the dome, she'll receive a 21-gun salute from HMS Westminster.
The Port of London Authority has spent more than a year planning for the Millennium celebrations.